Findaway presents
In Flanders Fields and Other Poems About War by Lieutenant Colonel John McCrae and Wilfred Owen. Narrated by Ralph Cosham. Lieutenant Colonel John McCrae, a Canadian brigade surgeon during World War I, wrote what is probably the most famous poem about war, In Flanders Fields, less than 2 weeks after the Second Battle of Ypres. The day after that battle, he wrote a letter to his mother. Friday, April 23rd, 1915. As we moved up last evening, there was heavy firing about 4:30 on our left, the hour at which the general attack with gas was made when the French line broke. We could see the shells bursting over Ypres, and in a small village to our left, meeting a general of one of the divisions, he ordered us to halt for orders. We sent forward notifications to our headquarters and sent out orderlies to get in touch with the batteries of the farther forward brigades already in action. The story of these guns will be read elsewhere. They had a tough time, but got away safely and did wonderful service. One battery fired in 2 opposite directions at once, and both batteries fired at point-blank, open sights, at the Germans in the open. They were at times quite without infantry on their front, for their position was behind the French to the left of the British line. As we sat on the road, we began to see the French stragglers, men without arms, wounded men, teams, wagons, civilians, refugees, some by the roads, some across country, all talking, shouting, the very picture of debacle. I must say they were the tag-enders of a fighting line rather than the line itself. They streamed on, and shouted to us scraps of not too inspiriting information, while we stood and took our medicine and picked out gun positions in the fields in case we had to go in there and then. The men were splendid, not a word, not a shake, and it was a terrific test. Traffic whizzed by, ambulances, transport, ammunition, supplies, dispatch riders, and the shells thundered into the town or burst high in the air nearer us, and the refugees streamed. Women, old men, little children, hopeless, tearful, quiet or excited, tired, dodging the traffic, and the wounded in singles or in groups. Here and there I could give a momentary help, and the ambulances picked up as they could. So the cold moonlight night wore on. No change, save that the towers of Ypres showed up against the glare of the city burning, and the shells still sailed in. At 9:30 our ammunition column, the part that had been in, appeared.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?